Assalamualaikum everyone. Welcome to Muslim Teen Zine and everything in between with your host Aliyah Qayyum. Today I am joined with Brother Aaqib, founder and CEO of Entrepreneurial Muslim. I know I just gave you a little bit of an intro there, but if you could give us a bit more of who you are, what you do, that'd be great.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum. I'm really happy to be here. My name is Aaqib Ahmed. I'm the founder of Entrepreneurial Muslim. I help Muslims start and grow a halal business online with legacy values, with an entrepreneurial focus, so they can please subhanahu wa ta'ala and leave a great impact behind, inshallah.
Inshallah, yeah, mashallah, that's great. So before we get into the interview, I like to do like a rapid fire questions with my guests. So just gonna give you random, super easy questions, and you give your most recent answer. Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Perfect. What is your favorite book?
Quran.
Favorite TV show?
Football.
Recent purchase. Favorite recent purchase.
A very recent purchase, chicken burger and chips.
Okay, let's think of the other one. One thing that you don't understand.
Japanese.
Favorite emoji.
Smile.
Okay, and then the last one is, if you could choose one person, dead or alive, that you would want to have a conversation with, who would it be?
I think Lionel Messi, the footballer.
That would be cool. Okay, so that was pretty much the quick rapid fire questions. But so we'll get right into the interview. The first question is, what is Entrepreneurial Muslim? I know you kind of described it a little bit there, but what are some of the services that you provide for your clients?
So the main service is Legacypreneur University, which is a program. It's an experience online helping Muslims start a halal business online. So they get a one-to-one coaching, one-to-one mentorship. They get a video course as well. And what an entrepreneurial Muslim is a legacy builder, someone who wants to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and make money, earn a halal income, support the community, and strive for Jannatul Firdaus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great. And like, what made you want to start Entrepreneurial Muslim? What was your inspiration?
My inspiration was, it was like 11 years ago, or it was actually longer than that. It was like 13 years ago when I was 19 years old. I was in my auntie's house in Pakistan. And I was like, I've lived my life, but haven't taken it to that next level. And I really wanted to leave a legacy behind, wanted to create some sort of impact. And I was like, for the next decade, I want to really benefit the ummah and unleash my potential, help other people be entrepreneurial. And even then, I was a little bit lost. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. But then slowly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guided me towards Entrepreneurial Muslim. I set up the company in 2015. And mashallah, since then, it's been doing really well. Before then, I was a bit lost in terms of what should I do? How should I support people? But I was still doing my Facebook marketing for different organizations and different people. So it's a legacy drive that encouraged me to really focus on helping Muslims start and grow a business online, inshallah.
Sure, yeah. Did you have any previous training with entrepreneurship? Like, did you go to school for business or something like that? Or is this something that you started on your own?
It's self-education. So I took a lot of courses online when it comes to business and marketing, learned from different millionaires, different gurus out there in the marketing and business space. And then I was like, the Ummah needs this because all these gurus, they're talking about business and marketing. They're talking about abundance and they're talking about gratitude. And I was like, Islam already talks about this.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't I talk about business and marketing from a entrepreneurial twist? And that's how that started, alhamdulillah.
Yeah. And what were the steps that you took to start Entrepreneurial Muslims from scratch, like ground up?
The steps was, number one, the vision. The vision is to help create pioneers across every halal industry. Number two, the mission to create 5 and 6 figure Muslim earners across the world. Number three is have a brand, have a logo. What does it stand for? It stands for luxury, professionalism, leadership, innovation. So they're the key elements to start Entrepreneurial Muslim. And then the other thing was the pillar, I would say, was the program. How are we going to serve Muslims? What are we going to provide and how are we going to provide it? And in a community, and mashallah, over the past couple of years, we built the largest Muslim business community in the world.
Yeah.
We have 27,000 Muslims, and it's been amazing. It's been a good
Wow.
journey.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. And like that probably how did you gather all those 27,000 Muslims? Like that's crazy that you had that much love.
It's crazy. It was a range of different marketing strategies, from Facebook ads to people were just joining the group, because when you search into Facebook, you can search Muslim business, and I come on the top because we have the largest group. So
Mhm.
people just searched it, and Allah's blessing, I think, played a big part in that as well.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. And you help companies with, or you help businesses with Facebook marketing. That's one of the things that you do. What made you choose Facebook specifically instead of any other social media?
Because I had this addiction on Facebook. I literally used to live on there,
Mhm.
and it's the best platform to make money and monetize. Facebook attracts like over 100 billion views every single month. It's a multi-billion-dollar company. There's just so many people on Facebook. In terms of community building, ecosystem, networks, Facebook's the best platform. That's why I recommended Facebook, and that's how I started. It's a lot more established than Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Snapchat,
Mhm.
TikTok, PikTok, all these different things are coming out
Yeah.
coming out now. Forget all of them. Just focus on Facebook.
Yeah, and like people of all ages are usually on Facebook. I feel like Instagram or Snapchat, those are people who are younger usually, and like
Exactly.
Facebook are people of like all ages and of all varieties. That's really cool.
Yeah.
But are you still learning about like are you still learning something new every day about the Facebook algorithm and just Facebook in general? And what type of resources did you use to build up your knowledge on Facebook and just other social medias?
Yeah, Facebook's constantly changing with the algorithm. It's bringing out new innovations and new resources. I keep on top of that, and I learn from different Facebook advertisers out there who have spent billions and millions of dollars on Facebook advertising. So the landscape's constantly training. So I'm always up to date with the latest course, the latest training. Like most recently, there was a war between Apple and Facebook with the whole iOS privacy. Apple values privacy, Facebook values data. So there's this big clash. So you're always keeping on top of the tracking, the innovation there. So just learning from different people. And you want to make sure going forward, you have a community, you have a Facebook group for your own Muslim business. And that's the way forward, inshallah.
Mhm. Yeah, are there like any specific websites that you would recommend for people to keep up with news like that, where updates with social media and things like that?
Yeah, my website, entrepreneurial.com, the
Okay,
go-to,
that's great.
inshallah.
That's great. We'll link that in the description. But how do you price yourself and your services? Because I think that's probably one of the biggest challenges businesses may face. They might be think that they have to price themselves lower, but it really they bring so much more value than and they should be pricing them higher. How do you make sure what is a good pricing to stick with?
So I compared it to mainstream standards, and what I found was the more you charge, the more serious people take it. And there's a big difference between cheap clients and premium clients. What I found from working with over 800 clients over the past 10 years, mashallah, I've worked with nearly 1,000 clients in the past 10 years. And what I found was those who pay a 4 or 5 figure sum, they're more committed, they're more financially invested. Whereas someone who pays $500, they're not as committed. So the more someone pays, the better results they get, and the more premium experience they get as well. They value the service. They don't take it for granted. Whereas someone who's paying like $97, they're not going to do anything. So I compare the pricing based on mainstream standards, based on what Muslims, the income levels and brothers and sisters have, and just take it from there. I've always believed in premium pricing, charging much more than anyone else. And as an industry leader, you want to be charging the most, so you can grab the top 10% of people. You don't want to work with everyone when it comes to the service-based pricing. You want to focus on the top 10%, because when you charge more, you can make more money. For example, if you want to make $10,000 per month, if you're charging $100 for your service, that's a lot of clients you need every single month. That's going to drive you crazy. Your hairs are going to go white. You want to charge at least $1,000 for your service.
Mhm.
And if you just charge $1,000, that's just 10 clients. You need each month to hit $10,000. So your pricing plays a big part, and you should be charging at least $1,000 for your service-based business, inshallah.
Mhm. Yeah, and how long did it take you to choose a pricing for yourself, or are you still changing it from time to time?
We're updating it every year, but ever since I started Entrepreneurial Muslim, the pricing's always been premium. It's always been at the high end, and that's what I really believe in, and that's why I teach my students as well.
Yeah. And what is the biggest mistake that you probably made in your entrepreneurship journey? How did you come over that?
I think the biggest mistake is trying to grow too quickly, trying to be the next Steve Jobs or Elon Musk. You
Yeah.
sometimes have to take a step back, look at where your company is going, reflect, look at your niyyah, your intentions. Are you doing this for fame or money or for recognition? Or are you doing this to, please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? So you always want to come back to your root. Why did you start this? And what you want to get from this? And my main motive is legacy, and that's what really drives me going forward, alhamdulillah. And
Mhm.
that's why I started the business, to leave a legacy as well. So the foundation has always been legacy, but you always want to check your intentions at every step. So I think more checking my intentions would be very important, and that's just something to keep in mind when you're running your business, inshallah.
Sure, yeah. Have you gone through a process of hiring people for your company, or is this something that you do full time yourself?
So yeah, I do Entrepreneurial Muslim full time, and I have built a team around me as well. Hired a lot of people,
Mm,
released a lot of people, so I've got a good experience there, alhamdulillah.
yeah.
It's a good thing to build a team, because you can't complete your vision or fulfill your vision without a team. When you have a team of A players around you, it helps you thrive and get to the top a lot quicker than doing it by yourself. So I really believe in team, and that's a good area to focus on as well.
And what do you look for when it comes to hiring people and hiring employees to help you with Entrepreneurial Muslim?
It depends on the position. So if it's a marketing position, I look for experience. If it's a sales position, I look for hunger and passion. But instead of the skill set, you want to look for culture fit as well. Do they align with your values, your vision, your mission? That's very, very important, because there's certain things you can't teach, like mindset to motivation and drive. Skill set can be taught. So if you look for a culture fit as well as a skill set, that's the perfect combination, I think.
Yeah. And what are the pros and cons that come with being an entrepreneur and being your own boss and having your own company and again running it from the ground up?
Yeah, good question. So the pros are, you have your own freedom, you can impact people, you can make good money, you can get recognized very quickly, you can reach the top of your career very quickly. Financially, there's a lot of reward. Even spiritually, inshallah, when you connect with the right people, they give you great advice. The cons are, it can take a bit longer to get started. There's a lot of failures. It's a bit like a yo-yo. You go up and down, especially with
Mhm.
your mood. There's times where you might be depressed because something is not working. There might be times where you're losing money. You take, basically in entrepreneurship, you take bigger hits, but there's bigger rewards as well. So if you're someone who wants bigger rewards, but you can be patient during the hits and the times of hardship, then entrepreneurship's for you. It's not for everyone, because a lot of people are comfortable with the comfort life. You want to make sure you push yourself outside the comfort zone and you grow your comfort muscle. It's like going to a gym. The more you go to the gym, the stronger muscles you're going to build. So when you grow that failure muscle, when you grow that mindset, then you can build a business, inshallah.
Yeah, that's great. And like when you get hit, and because like you said, entrepreneurship comes with a lot of big hits, how do you make sure that you don't give up and you just keep going? And that's something, and how can you maybe even prepare for those types of hits too?
The best way is go back to your intentions. Why did you start? And you started because you want to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You want to provide for your family. You want to give back to the community. You want to leave a legacy behind. So if you keep those things in mind, that becomes your driving force to keep you going. Whereas if you start out with the weak intention, which is to be a trillionaire, which is for fame and recognition, to get recognized, those things are materialistic. They don't have much substance, and that's when you're going to come crashing down. But if you have the intention to serve and give back and please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that's longer lasting as well.
It is. Yeah, and you also mentioned that you like with entrepreneurship, you're your own boss, you build your own team and all that. But how important is it to build connections outside of your company and how can you do that?
That's a good question. I think the best way is through your Facebook group, through just networking in different Facebook groups, going on to different profiles, adding like-minded people is very important. I've formed partnerships beyond the company that's really helped Entrepreneurial Muslim grow. You always want to connect with people, from people, get mentorship from people. You wanna be connected with three types of people. Number one is those people who are 5 steps ahead of you. Number two, there's people who are on the same level as you. And then number three, there's people who are 5 steps below you who you can mentor. So if you have that triangle of people who are better than you, people on the same level as you, and people below you in terms of marketing and business, then that's where fulfillment comes in, where you're getting mentorship, but you're also giving back to those people who need your help as well.
Yeah, that's such great advice. And one last question is, if you could give any advice to someone who wants to become an entrepreneur, specifically like service-based entrepreneur, what would you give that advice, or what advice do you give them?
My best advice is find a mentor who can guide you, who aligns with your Islamic values. It doesn't have to be me, but find someone who has a proven program, who has testimonials, who can really give you that experience, that one-to-one service, that one-to-one support, and help you get to the next level. Whether that's myself or someone else, make sure you look for testimonials. Make sure you really connect what their vision is, what their mission is, what they stand for, and definitely have a mentor. That's really, really important, because that's what's going to take you to that next level. Doing it yourself, yes, initially it might be cheaper, but in the long term, you're going to waste a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of headache, a lot of stress. If you can fast track your growth, then you need to do that through a mentor, a coach who's been on your same journey, your same path, and they can help you get to that next level, inshallah.
Yeah, that's honestly great advice. Like having a mentor is just really helpful because they've done what you've done, so they've seen they've seen the experience, they've seen the mistakes, so they can help you through that too.
Yeah, 100%.
So, where can everyone find you if they're interested in, following you on social media, or if they want to see your website, anything like that? Where can they find you?
If they just go on to Aaqib Ahmed on Facebook, then they can find me, drop me a message. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions they have and see if I can help them in any way, inshallah.
Inshallah. Jazakallah khair so much for joining me today. I have learned so much in this interview, and I'm sure the people who are watching at home did too. And Jazakallah for those of you who are watching at home, and inshallah we'll see you guys all next week. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum